Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you, and I want to share some updates regarding Israel. We're going to talk about the U.S. a little bit, this whole plan for the Rafah invasion of the Gaza Strip, the southernmost city in Gaza, and also this upcoming attack on Iran. I have a very interesting story to talk about. But real quick, I want to apologize if it's kind of loud in the background. We have some people working outside and it's very loud. They're tearing stuff up right now. So my apologies for that. But let's get right into this story. So we got a very interesting story here that apparently the U.S. has agreed to Israel's plan for this whole Rafah invasion. Okay, I've been discussing this for a very long time now, but it's been delayed for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. Rafah is the southernmost city in Gaza, and it's one of the last remaining strongholds for Hamas. So Israel is trying to move in there and engage with Hamas and eradicate them, but they can't because there's like over 1 million people living there, okay, that have been displaced from northern Gaza and Khan Yunis, central Gaza. So there's so many innocent civilians there, and they got to get them out of there before they can basically fight Hamas, right? So this story talks about the fact that supposedly the U.S. has agreed to allow Israel to operate in Rafah. All of a sudden, they're okay with this as long as they don't go and strike Iran. So apparently, the U.S. is denying this as well. And this information actually came from some Egyptian officials speaking to a Qatari outlet. So Egypt and Qatar have been kind of mediators in this conflict, and lots of negotiation talks happen in Egypt and Cairo and also in Qatar. So yeah, that's some information that we're kind of hearing, and it's very interesting to see this. So I want to go ahead and get right into this for you. Just going to be a quick update. So the Times of Israel says U.S. agreed to Israel's plan for Rafah in return for not carrying out large Iran strike, says report, but the U.S. supposedly denied it. Okay. So it says here, Egyptian officials tell a Qatari outlet that the U.S. has accepted Israel's plan for an operation in southern Gaza city of Rafah in return for not carrying out a large strike in Iran in response to Tehran's unprecedented missile and drone attack. A U.S. National Security Council spokesperson says the story isn't true and such a plan has never been discussed. The American administration showed acceptance of the plan previously presented by the occupation government regarding the military operation in Rafah in exchange for not carrying out a large-scale attack against Iran, an unnamed official tells Al-Arabi Al-Jadid. So I want to note here regarding this real quick is we just had like a story the other day that supposedly the U.S. was contacting Iran and telling them, hey, can you guys just allow like a very symbolic looking strike? And it won't be too bad, okay? It'll be like kind of minimal, but make it look good, okay? Make it look really good, and that way we can just kind of end this conflict. Let Israel conduct this operation. Let them strike something that's not that important to kind of just put an end to this. I thought that was very interesting, and supposedly that was kind of denied too. So I don't know. We're seeing a lot of this, and it makes me wonder if this is potentially theatrical what we're seeing here. And it's not really what we think it is, right? It's not really a potential war coming, or we're seeing lots of little signs like this, little strange things. Like there's probably a lot going on behind the scenes than what we're being told. So the Egyptian officials tells the outlet that preparations are underway so that Egypt can deal with any possible impact of the planned operation. 4 Hamas battalions are believed to be stationed in Rafah, along with over 1 million civilians sheltering there after fighting in other parts of the strip. Rafah is also thought to be where Hamas leaders are hidden, possibly along with Israeli hostages. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has several times claimed to have approved plans for the Rafah operation, and more recently said that a date has been decided for the launch. So again, very interesting that we're seeing this, and that's why I wanted to share this with you, because we've been seeing lots of talk about this, about doing little maneuvers like this to kind of get around things, and it really makes you wonder if certain things are going to happen. Is Israel actually going to strike Iran? Are they going to back down? And then with this whole Rafah operation, it wouldn't make sense for the U.S. to do a complete 180 and all of a sudden be okay with this because, uh, as far as we know, they may not be able to get all these people out of Rafah. Okay, they might be able to get some of them out, but many of them are still going to remain there. And whenever Israel decides to move into Rafah, there's going to be a lot of innocent people that are going to die, and that's the main reason, supposedly, that the Biden administration doesn't want Israel to move into Rafah. So, so excuse me. So what it seems like to me now is this story could be real, or maybe it's not. But if it's not real, where we stand right now is the U.S. should still not be okay with Israel going into Rafah. And we've heard in the past Biden would come out and say that's a red line. Don't do it. It's a mistake. You're going to regret it. Don't go into Rafah. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what we're seeing here, but that's why I wanted to share you this story because it's definitely creating some weird kind of angles to look at this situation and this conflict going on here. And I don't know, is this information real? What do you think? Do you think the U.S. is just lying? Or do you think that the U.S. actually did agree to this plan to allow Israel to go into Rafah as long as they don't attack Iran? Because I could see that happening because that will definitely spark a major war, and the U.S. doesn't want to get involved in that. And this is also going to put pressure on President Biden currently because he's going to be up for re-election this year. So let me know what you think down below. This is just a quick update for you. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.